Anybody?
I had library board. Those meetings are getting shorter because go into executive session. So I get excused.
Aren't you lucky?
But I know, right? I'm lucky, right? So basically, just a couple highlights. They're open now. They're averaging about 150 people a day. And their numbers pre-COVID were anywhere from say 400 to 500 people a day. They said that if you haven't been in there, it looks very different. The doors, there are certain doors that are closed. There's no chairs, no periodicals, no newspapers, but the attendance is good. So they're happy about that. They're looking at having us get back to meeting in person, in some place that we can spread it out. And they're looking to have a bank appraisal done of the potential future library location. So that shows, how this is moving along. But yeah, it's all systems go for these people. And then, like I said, they went into executive session to discuss real estate. So that's where I'm going to have to leave you.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
Yep. And tree boards next week.
I don't have any reports here, but just to add on to what Michelle said about, us meeting in person. I have had a couple people ask me when Village Hall is going to open.
Okay.
Do we have anything? A plan?
Well, I'll let Pam speak to it, but I'm pretty sure what they've been telling me is things have been going fine and nobody's been complaining. So it's like, let's just keep riding it out that way. There's less risk and so forth, but I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Could we start meeting in person again? I mean, we social distanced at our last in-person meeting. Wear a mask. I mean, can't we at least do that?
Yeah, I suppose we can. The question is, do we need to? I mean, if the public's having a problem with us meeting this way, which by now they should be used to being able to view it on YouTube, then I would say, perhaps we go back. But right now, the way I'm looking at it is, it's the longer we can put it off, the better in terms of eliminating as much risk as possible. Though I don't feel it's a huge risk to have us meet in person. The only time it really would become that way is if somebody on the board's got to travel, or if the public starts coming to meetings, which we know that typically they don't come to meetings unless there's a special issue they're interested in.
Right. And we don't generally get that many people anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how's the rest. I know Mike would probably say, let's meet in person, right, Michael?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else feeling the same way?
I guess I could go either way.
Yeah, I'm comfortable continuing like this for at least another month or two.
I don't have a vote in this, guys, but I mean, my opinion is that this is as accessible for most of the public as a public meeting is. And given how many people now are Zooming and doing everything else, I think that it's even more accessible than showing up at Village Hall. I don't know how much risk there is. I think it's awfully hard to quantify, but there's zero risk doing it this way. And there is a risk with a public meeting. I see no reason to go back to it until we have to, but that's my non-official opinion.
That's your opinion without a vote, right?
That's my opinion without a vote.
Thanks, Reed.
but also not a legal opinion.
Yep. Pam? I know-
Well, yeah, I think I'd have less technical issues if we met in person. But obviously, after how long we've been doing this for 3 months and I still can't get it right, so either way is fine with me. It would just be a little less stressful if we met in person, but
And I know, again, you and JT aren't voting members of the board either, but you're at every meeting. And I know JT would just as soon meet in person. Well,
I mean, I fully agree with Reed's assessment of the risk. I mean, that I don't think anybody can argue that. So now we're at a zero risk factor and we're going to add a risk factor. And again, can't be quantified, but it's going to be added. I disagree with Reed that everybody's comfortable with this in our overall constituency. I think we live in a world of haves and have-nots. And I'm not positive everybody knows how to Zoom, has the technology to Zoom. There's a lot of voters in the village who don't Zoom. So,
yeah, I could probably agree with that. Probably more so in the village than the town itself. We tend to have a different demographic population in the village.
Oh, I agree
Well-
with that. It's just that I think that so many people have to Zoom to communicate with their relatives. And whether it's on a phone or on a computer, or there's very few people left that don't have access in some way, shape, or form.
Well, unless we're going to vote on that, I think I'm willing to just sit on it for now and wait it out a little bit. Is everybody okay with that?
Sure.
I'm good with it.
Yep.
But Gary, and I'm also good with meeting in person. If you and Mike and Pam, if you get together and you decide you want to start meeting in person, I'm good with that too. But for right now, I'm very comfortable doing it the way we are.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Okay, myself, the CCA situation is a little bit on hold. I got an email from Sue Hughes Smith that Glenn Weinberg's wife has tested positive for COVID, and they have 2 young children at home, and he's having to do pretty much all the parenting and take care of the house and everything else because she's down and out and quarantined. They're hoping that, I really don't know if she's really, really sick or if she just tested positive and they're kind of waiting this out. But she wanted us to be aware that there may be a little delay in going back out to bid and so forth. On Saturday, this past Saturday, I attended the Victor Farmington Food Cupboards ribbon cutting at their new facility down on Anthony Drive, right next to Mazzaroni's, if that's how you pronounce it, pizza place. There was just a few people there. Their board was there. Some of their volunteers were there. Amy from the chamber, myself, Sheriff Henderson, and Peter Inglesby, supervisor of Farmington, was there. Jack could not attend. I believe he was out of town. Just a nice little quick ribbon cutting, and it was appropriately masked and social distanced. And Peter and I did get a quick tour of the facility. It's really great. 3,500 square feet, and they have a couple of rolly doors where they need them. They've got lots of plans for this space once things ease up a little and they can go back to more in-person shopping. Right now they're doing it pretty much by appointment, or you can drop food off in a big box in the rear of the building. Great job by Karen and the board at the food cupboard. They're incredible. Let's see. On August 12th, I guess, I'm going to attend, I hope anyways, the Women of Excellence. They canceled their dinner back in May and they kind of canceled it again. It was supposed to be August 12th. Instead, they're going to have a small ceremony. They sent an email out today at Mead Square Park to recognize the nominees. I guess it's going to be fairly quick and I would assume weather permitting as well. I'm hoping to attend that. And let's see, what else? Tomorrow, Mike and I are going to be meeting with Tim Niver and Jim Myers regarding the library. And before I forget it, I will not be attending the August 17th meeting. That day is my mother's funeral service and I will have some family in town. So I will not be attending that meeting. And Mike, I would ask you to take the reins.
Well, I beat you to the punch because I told Pam around noon today, I won't be attending that meeting. It's the 17th. Yeah. I have to take Keelan to college.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we can agree to meet at 7 via Zoom and keep it short, like 30 to 45 minutes total, I can find a way to make my end work.
Well, that'd be great if you can do it.
Yeah,
If-
I'll make
if-
my end work.
If not, we'll figure out a plan B. I mean, we still will have a quorum.
No, we'll be okay. I'll make it work.
And where is she going?
Duquesne in Pittsburgh.
Duquesne. So you're going to be down there at that time of night?
Yep.
Well, there must be a little bit of trepidation about taking her at this time, right? But I know
I'm all good.
she's probably ready to go.
She's ready. We're ready.
Good.
Yep.
The school's got their plan in place and all that.
Yep. School has a plan.
That's great. I wish you guys the best with that.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I don't know how it'll be for you, but it wasn't easy for me to drop my son off down in Nashville or even in Oneonta.
Oh, yeah.
It's an emotional time.
The thing is, I mean, like we say, the world's a different place. You know, it's 97 days right now if everything goes, according to plan. So,
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, I think that's about it for me, although Reed, I don't know if you were planning on talking about the Spectrum easement situation.
No, I don't really have anything to report yet.
Okay. I know Reed's looking at it and he had a couple of questions. So we're not ready to go with that. And I think that's all I have. Pam, do you have anything else? Okay, if there's no other business, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Mike,
I'll second it.
second by Bob, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I don't even ask if there's anybody opposed, because I know there's no one that opposed. Pam, thanks. As far as the technical difficulties, I think you've been doing great.
Yeah.
Well, you would think so, except because I was running around getting new batteries for the microphone or for the recorder that I never turned it on YouTube until about 7:30. So hopefully, telling you, it's always something.
Well, all right. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe.
You too.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.